But we're going to transition on into Bears because Buzz getting hungry.
Bears.
But we're going to get into
Bears juice.
I just wanted to ask, what did you make of Mitch's comments, or not comments, but just his demeanor after reporters were asking him the other day, since the defense is, ahead of the offense, and Mitch just snaps back, well, who said that? Right away. Does that give you, what does that give you about Mitch? For me, that gives me hope. And the reason I say hope is because I saw fire.
Guys, we are watching a leader start his
journey,
and essentially start his dominance for hopefully the next 10 years. How many times have we seen this from a quarterback that was drafted in Chicago? Can you remember?
No.
That's what I love.
You know who was pretty driven was Jim Miller.
Yeah, but I mean Jim Miller was what he was. I mean, he was a game manager.
Yeah, him and Jay Cutler are the best quarterbacks I ever watched play for the Bears.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
I know.
But
I'm just saying.
No, I just
saying.
I love Mitch Trubisky. I love his fire. I love the fight that he's saying. This is going to be a competition between... See, the best thing about the 85 team was the offense and the defense competed on every single day. And Mike Ditka was running the offense, and he competed with Buddy Ryan. And I don't want to compare this year's Bears team to that Bears team.
Are you saying Nagy and Fangio right now?
I think it's a more competition than we think. Because
that's fantastic, though. That's a really good way to put it, man.
Because realistically,
kudos, man.
Nagy has given Fangio the defense and said, do what you do.
Yeah, run with it.
This is what we brought you in. You came back for this crew. Make it happen. And everybody's talking about, and I know we just did the whole recap of where they're going to be, and I still think that they're going to be 7-9, 6-10. I still think we're a year away when it comes to the offense. But the fact that Mitch said that maybe moves me towards 8-8. Because if there is such a competition at Hallis Hall that is Buddy Ryan, Mike Ditka not going to say 100% like that, then that only helps. We were just talking with Keith. Having 3 alphas is maybe not the worst thing because maybe you're able to harness it into all 3 of them, push each other to get better.
I do think this coaching staff is the best coaching staff on paper.
And it's cool to
obviously
actually
that we've seen
have
in a long time.
Bears coach that's transparent.
Right.
When a reporter asks him a question, it's not, well, we're going to have a good week at practice, and then we're going to go and we're going to play the game and we're going to try our best. And
Can I do my lovey?
Go ahead.
Well, we're going to play a good game today. Well, the defense looked real good in practice. I'm not sure why we got smoked. I'm good.
Right. Realistically, man, competition, especially in football, is good, especially at practice. I'm not saying that these guys should be fighting with each other.
Right.
But each and every day, if I'm a defensive player, I'm trying to kick the offense ass. If I'm an offensive player, I'm trying to score on my defense because if I'm scoring with my offense on my defense and I'm projected top 10, there's not many teams that are going to be better than me.
Right.
Better when I'm practicing against.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Mitch Trubisky, to me, has wowed me since he's gotten here.
Yeah, I've been a big Mitch fan since.
Well, think about the realistic what happened
since I watched.
year.
Hang on, I'm gonna say I've been a big Mitch fan since I watched him play because when we drafted his ass and we traded the draft picks for him, I was like, you know what? I'm like, I didn't like that. I didn't like trading all the picks like that and over a guy that played start 10 or 11 games in North Carolina.
Right. No, Mitch is tough because realistically, we've only seen I think it's 19 games if you really go back to his college tape.
Yeah.
So you don't really know, but you kind of know that he has the attributes to work with the offense, and you hope that Nagy has the ability to put him in situations to succeed. But I'm a huge fan of what's going on with this because competition to me is good for business.
Absolutely.
It's just how that works. But what's your thoughts on that?
What, for the competition wise?
No, I'm just saying for Mitch Trubisky and him snapping back and kind of being a leader.
My thoughts on it are exactly exactly what you say. No, but dude, I love that he snapped back. But hey man, who said that? I'm here I'm going to be the guy.
Right, I got these weapons.
I have things now. I have toys now.
Right.
This is my time. I'm mobile. I can throw. I have power. I'm accurate. I make good decisions. You should be talking about me. That defense, yeah, they're good. But guess what? They're not as good as me in the offense.
See, I would love that statement, but he can't do that.
No. He can't say that.
Right.
But I'm saying that.
No, but
his demeanor and his swagger.
He alluded to that essentially. Yeah. Like that's his nice way. And
his
the Bears
demeanor
do
and
this.
swagger.
They try to keep everything
right. His demeanor and swagger, what were really sold me on that. And I liked what he said. But since we're talking about Mitch and the press, I'm gonna get to another player and the press. We got 3 players to talk about the press today, but we're going to get into the second one here. Kevin White. And so you guys know, if you're watching on YouTube here, this is our show outline. I don't know if you could zoom in on that, but I'm going to read you guys one thing that I wrote. Kevin White's comments to the media. What do you think of them? Should he watch his stupid ass and effing play or keep talking his stupid shit? Kevin White talked to the media earlier this week, guys, and he was nothing but a pompous, cocky D-bag at the end of the day. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I want Kevin White to succeed. And we were actually talking to Bull Scripted about this, our man Goose. We were talking to him about this before we went live. The way he came out and talked to the media like, oh, well, I don't know if they think it would be good, but I believe in myself. Cool, man. That's good that you believe in yourself. You should come out and be like, hey, I know this is what happened to me. I had a rough couple of years. I'm really hoping to turn it around, and I believe in myself that I can. Not, I don't care if they believe in me or not. I believe in myself. Yeah, cool, man. We paid you $20 million to believe in yourself, you bastard. You better come out this year. I want 10 touchdown catches. I want 1,000 yards for your dumbass comments. That's cocky. We pay to go to these games.
Mm-hmm. A lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. And you're going to be cocky like that? You have no right to be cocky like that. You can't even stay on the field. You suck. If you worked a job like I did and you couldn't go to work, guess what, man? You'd be fired. You'd be fired. That's my thoughts on Kevin White. Go ahead before I get really mad and pee my pants.
I love when you do that.
Oh, it pisses me off, man. I made eye contact.
See, and this may be my persona. And if I were Kevin White, I'm trying to put myself in Kevin White's shoes.
Well, you don't go to work every day?
I was drafted 7th overall. I was given every opportunity to succeed throughout this. I mean, he was on the field. He was given a starting position. And you thought you were great, and I actually kind of like the backlash at it a little bit based on his career, because when he was in high school, and I don't know if you know this story, when he was in high school, I think it was passed up by all D1 prospects. So he went to a JUCO, played at a JUCO, and then was signed on by West Virginia after that. So this is the 3rd time in Kevin White's life he's faced adversity in his career in football. And if this is how he copes with it, and if it gets him to be productive for the Bears, I'm okay with it.
If he's productive, sure, dude. But we paid you millions of dollars already. Don't come off as a pompous douchebag.
But he knows, the Bears know, and all of us know that this is the last shot that he has. Because if he gets hurt next year, no team signs him.
Oh, let's hope
not. If he comes out and has a decent year, maybe somebody throws him a bone and says, hey, you were the 7th pick, you got all this talent, maybe you're healthy. If he comes out and lights it up, the Bears definitely bring him back. Don't you think? I mean, see,
depends on for how much and what he's commanding.
I'm rooting for Kevin White based on after I watched a couple YouTube videos regarding his whole road to where he got to the 7th pick when he was lighting it up at West Virginia. He was passed on a lot in his life in football. And if this is how he gets himself hyped for next year, then hey, do what you got to do, kid.
Right.
And if you're going to throw yourself under the bus like that, go ahead. If it makes sure that you catch 10 touchdowns and you have 1,000 yards, hey man, say what you got to say.
Exactly.
But no, if you don't deliver, you're done.
Right.
Hey, you're all or nothing this year, pal. Make it happen.
Yeah. Man, the comments rub me the wrong way. You know, we're all human beings at the end of the day, man, and like we all have, our your own swag, you have your own, demeanor about yourself, how the way you carry yourself, and for me, I try to carry myself the same way everywhere I'm at. I try to be polite, I try to be cool, cool, calm, collected, unless you fucking piss me off. Which isn't hard, I guess, but whatever. I try to be the same guy everywhere I'm at. But if I were to, like I said, bringing it up to work, I understand it's a different business, man, but don't be cocky like that, especially with Chicago fans. And especially Chicago diehards. We're not the only ones, Right. And there's a lot others like us, like
Absolutely.
Keith, we know so many people, like dudes at Sports Mockery. There's a million people like us. I'm just saying, don't come off like that after you've been nothing but a disappointment.
Yeah,
Come off as like, hey, you know what, guys? I'm going to prove you wrong. I love you. Thank you for the support.
And I think that me and you, when it comes down to it, that's the way we would handle it, because maybe that's the way we were kind of brought up, in a sense.
Oh, my dad tells me to spit at people.
But, I mean, if it gets him to catch 10 touchdowns, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, as long as you win, yeah, I give you that.
Hey, but no, when you talk like that, people think of that if you get hurt and you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand
and know that if, let's say he gets hurt. Let's say that he plays 8 games, has a decent 8 games, and gets hurt. And then those comments come back to all 32 in the league. And people, let's say he's on the cut line between one player and another. And the other player hasn't said anything like that. You may get passed up based on what you said and you getting hurt. That's the risk you're willing to take. But to me, at this point, show me in your play.
Right.
You could talk all you want, but be on the field, catch touchdowns, make me and pretty much any Bears fan that's out there. There's not a lot of Kevin Whiters out there anymore.
Right.
Make us eat our words.
Exactly. I agree with that. There's one more thing I want to bring up about the Bears real quick. Actually, I'll just touch on 2 more things,
Sure.
actually. A-Rob praising Mitch. I mean, we just talked about Mitch and stuff like that. It just makes me feel good that this isn't just another person stepping forward talking about how they think that Mitch is the real deal.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so you're on the boat too?
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I think you should read into this a lot based on, obviously they're in the huddle with him, they're at his workouts, they're, obviously each day they're working with him to win football games for the Bears. But I mean, this is so new that obviously there's going to be, Danny Trevathan did this, A-Rob just recently did this, what are they going to say? They're not going to say hey man, this guy's terrible. We need a new quarterback.
Yeah, but in the interview with A-Rob, he actually, he wasn't asked about Mitch. That was the cool thing. He actually just went on record about Mitch.
Yeah, and I get that.
Which I felt like was a little
But
different.
also, who was throwing A-Rob too? Blake Bortles. I
like Blake Bortles, man.
Blake Bortles is a terrible, accurate quarterback. And A-Rob, I
think he'd be very good.
There was moments at practice where, and I remember this GIF, I think it was last year, it's A-Rob going down the field open and him trying to dive out of bounds, catch the ball one-handed, and A-Rob goes, just keep it in bounds, MFer.
Right, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
This is so early, it's tough to judge, obviously, and I'm glad that they're gonna try to be
the togetherness to the team is what is appealing.
I'm with you
for us,
and I'm a fan of it. Me. It's very early in workouts. It's very early in a sense of the season. They're going to say things like this.
Right. And then one more thing I wanted to bring up about the team. What do you think about Matt Nagy putting James Daniels and Roquan Smith on the second unit in practice?
Love it.
Me too. Damn.
Work for your
spot.
Your spot.
Because you were drafted by our GM doesn't mean you're going to fit my scheme. And I love that, dude.
Now, eventually, I think they're both going to be starters.
They're both going to be in the first unit by the end of the week.
Right. But this is a nice little jab at the rookies to say, hey,
right.
Shrink your ego. Work for what you got.
Right.
But I'm with you on that. I think I'm a big Matt Nagy guy. And the fact that a lot of people have said
his
that
opening press conference is what won me over.
Well, not just that. A lot of the players have said that they like playing for a guy who was just so up in their face. Like, hey, man, like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
Work harder, you know. And that's what Nagy is. And honestly, Hallis Hall has never really had that. I mean, Ditka, but I mean, that was 30 years ago.
Maybe Dick Duran in 2003. He was a little fiery.
Yeah, he was a joke.
Yeah, he was a joke, but he was fiery a little bit. But
yeah, he was a joke.
Right. I think that's a good place to wrap up this pod.
I'm with you on that. This is a long one.
Yeah, this is a long one, man. We're at hour and 35.
We had Keith on for 40 minutes. We had a really good time, and then obviously we have to hit our Cubs and Bears. So, and I think both were
also White Sox. You forgot to say that.
My mistake. MLB, whatever we got to do. I was burping in the middle of that.
MLB Roundup. That's why I named it. I named it a name.
I know, I love it, and we can keep with that.
Thank you. Guys, we had a great time here today. This was a really fun one. Please follow Apple Scripted, our boy Goose. We're just gonna call him Goose from now on. He told me he was younger than me, so we're gonna call him Goose from now on.
Yeah,
he has no choice.
He has no excuse.
Yeah, well, he has no choice on what his name is now, especially with us. He's Goose, man. He's Goose.
We're going to drink Gooses at Joe's on Weed Street and watch the Bulls pick, a future star.
Absolutely. So be sure to check that out. Me, Juice, and possibly Goose will be at Joe's on Weed Street for the NBA draft, for the Bulls draft party. Please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. On anything, anything, man. Ask us questions. We actually really enjoyed that. We had the most comments that we ever had on a video.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, this Bulls one was 158.
And it's still going up. So if you guys enjoyed it, share it yourself, too.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, man.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. All the support from everybody just to have us keep doing this has been really awesome.
We're having a good time, man.
The fact that we had 7,000 views on a video, 8,000, almost 12,000 on that one Bears one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. So, thank you very, very, very much for all of that. But follow us, if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on iTunes, which we will be there shortly, drop us a 5-star rating, comment down below on why you chose to listen to us. If you'd like an awesome-ass t-shirt, go to mostfavorablepodcast.com. You can get yourself a cool t-shirt there. Learn about us, see the other shows as the Fast Break, Onside Kick, Primetime Podcast. Go to patreon.com/mostavailablepodcast to donate and earn yourself some cool prizes. Go to sportsmockery.com for all your sports literature needs regarding Chicago sports. The Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Sox, Cubbies, Bears. You can check them all out there. Also, big news for Sports Mockery today. They have now installed another division moving into Las Vegas. So there'll be Sports Mockery was strictly Chicago, and now there's going to be a Sports Mockery Las Vegas. So that'll be coming very soon here.
Golden Knights, the Oakland Raiders.
The Oakland Raiders. So make sure you follow me at MVP Buzzweed. Follow my dude Juice at MVP Juice Man.
Juice.
Make sure you follow him for me, man. Follow the Most Valuable Pod page again. Check out Bulls Scripted. Thank you guys very much. Great episode. We will see you next week. Oh, before we leave, can you plug the beer?
Well, I had a different one too. I had this Forbidden Root. This is Smoochy Boochies.
How was that?
It was pretty good.
Oh, fantastic.
And then he had Hailstorm's Alabama Hot Tub. One of my favorites. If you're from the Indiana area, it's a lot like Gumball Head. It's a hoppy wheat ale. Very, very good. One of my favorites. It's back for the summer.
Absolutely. And one more thing before we leave, and we leave you all out before this cutout happens. It's Faja on YouTube. I see you, boy. I see you. If they don't make the playoffs this year, you can no longer comment on any of our videos. You can watch them and like them, but you can't comment anymore because you've been nothing but a hater. But guess what? We like haters because you're still watching us. But that's all I wanted to say because you caught my attention, sir. But we will see you guys next week. I don't know if we're gonna have a guest yet. I mean, what do you think?
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe
follow our Twitter, and you can tell you can know before who's coming.
Right. Exactly. So follow our Twitters at MVP Buzzweed, at MVP Juiceman, and we'll catch up with you guys next week. I hope you have a great week and Memorial Day weekend. Later.